Hello, everyone, and welcome to my A2 Pre-Intermediate English course. In this module, you will learn the future forms will and be going to and their main differences. At the end, you will get to practice what you just learned with a few sample exercises. Let's get started. Okay, so we'll look at this table quickly. So using these future forms, we'll explain here uh, what these are about. I mean, what the difference is with form and meaning. So here's how it's formed. Um, so we have the subject, and then will, and then the verb. And we often use a contraction. So I will pay, I'll pay. For negative statements, we just insert not between will and the verb. So will not, that can be shortened to won't. I won't pay. Question starts with will, and then subject and verb. Will you pay? And for a short answer, yes, I will, or no, I will not, or won't. Okay, so Um, the meaning basically for will is used for predictions, what we think will happen. We think something will happen. So an example is he will love your present, um, or they won't win their next match. Will is also used for decisions, usually for instant decisions. Now, be going to um, it's here's how it's formed. Uh, we have subject, a be verb, and then going, and then the infinitive. So we have he is going to pay, or we shorten the subject and verb. He's going to pay, and then negative. We insert not between the be verb and then going to. So he is not going to pay. Or we can shorten that to say he isn't or he's not going to pay. Either one. For a question, we start with the be verb like is, and then he going to pay. So we reverse the subject and verb. And then a short answer, yes, he is. So just not not yes he is going to, just yes he is. Or no, he is not, or no, he isn't. Okay, so the meaning for using be going to is also used in predictions. We can actually see something will happen as we're looking at it. For example, stop, we're going to crash. All right, and it's also used for decisions, but in making intentions and plans. So this is a decision you're making ahead of time. So, for example, I'm going to have a drink after work. All right, we'll go on to the next one. Okay, so let's look at predictions. So, in predictions, we use will to talk about something that you think will happen. So, for example, I think he'll or he will win the election this time. And also, he will be a good doctor, according to the speaker's opinion. Okay, and we use be going to talk about something that you see is going to happen. There is present evidence. So, for example, don't drive like a crazy man. We're going to have an accident. Or the doctor said, I'm going to have a girl. All right, so yeah, you can actually see something that's about to happen here. It looks like we're going to have an accident. That's what it's saying. And then the doctor did a test here in the second one, and he knows that the woman will have a girl. Okay, now sometimes there's little difference between will and be going to for predictions. So let's compare some examples on the next slide. Okay, so we'll look here where it says the conference starts in 10 minutes. We're going to be late. So this means I can see that we cannot be at the conference in 10 minutes. All right, and then the second one, we need to hurry up. We'll be late for the conference. So in here we're saying, I think we will be late. Yeah, so it's similar that way. All right, decisions. So we use will for decisions that you take at the moment of speaking. So this is an instant decision. Um, Here's an example. Oh, we don't have sugar. Don't worry, I'll buy some. And then this one here, Tim is late coming home. Really? I'll call him now. So here we're deciding by what we hear right away. So okay, okay. So we use be going to for decisions that you've already taken at the moment of speaking. Um, Intentions or plans. So here's an example. So why are you undressing? The person answers, because I'm going to go for a swim. All right, so this this was a plan made ahead of time before speaking. And then this one, why are you chopping nuts? Because I'm going to bake muffins. Same with this one. The person that replied uh, was planning this, baking muffins. So that was a plan. Um, all right, now let's compare these two sentences. Sarah said she needs to talk to you. Oh, I didn't know. Well, I'll call her in a minute. So this means I took the decision while having this conversation. Yeah, so that's an instant decision. And then this one, Sarah said she needs to talk to you. Same sentence. Yes, I know. I'm going to call her in a minute. So in this one here, it means I took the decision before having this conversation. So yeah. All right. Well, let's move on to a few sample exercises and uh, see what we know. Okay. So first exercise, what we'll do is choose the forms of will and be going to complete these sentences. All right. One, we don't have any bread. Yes, I know. I, okay, I'll buy. I'm going to buy or going to buy some. I took some money from your purse. So this is not an instant decision. Okay. So, all right. So we can use I'm going to buy, right? Or I'll buy. So, so if you chose um, the second option, I'm going to buy. That would be okay to use. Sometimes we wonder if we should use going to or will um, for a plan that's been made. Um, so, all right. Number two, we don't have any bread. Really? So we have I'll get, or will to get, or am going to get some from the shop then. Okay, so this one is an instant decision. So which one do we use? All right, so if we chose I'll get, some from the shop, then that sounds better. So that would be the correct one. All right, number three. Why do you need to borrow my suitcase? Because, so we have going to visit, I'll visit, or I'm going to visit my mother in Scotland next month. So if we choose the last one, I'm going to visit, that sounds more accurate. Something planned ahead of time. Okay, so number four, I'm really cold. So we have the heating on. Am going to turn, I'll turn, or I going to turn. So which is correct? Okay, so this would be probably an instant decision. Okay, so if you chose I'll turn, that would be the correct one. I'll turn the heating on. Um, okay. Um, this one actually, um, here, um, this actually can be using will. I'll buy. So this can be an instant decision or one that you've already made. So I'll buy some. Yeah. So anyway, now number five. What are your plans after you leave university? Okay, since we're asking about a plan, so we have I going to work, I'll work, or I'm going to work in a hospital in Africa. Okay, so if we chose am going to work, that would be the correct choice. All right, let's see, number two. See what this looks like. So we have multiple choice here. So we'll just, all right, so number one, I don't think he, so we have will is going to, and will, or will is going to. Okay, come tonight, but he says he, so which one goes in which space? All right, so we're going to use will for sure in the first blank. So, so it would be which one? So if you chose C, will, and then this with is going to, that looks correct. I don't think he will come tonight, but he says he is going to come. So he plans on it, even though you don't think. All right, number two, I've bought this paint because so we want, am going to paint. We have that with will look, will paint is looking, or will paint will look. Okay, so, and then the second part, I'm sure it. So let's see what goes in what blank. Okay, all right, so if you chose the first one, am going to paint with will look, that would be the correct one actually. Okay, so I'm going to paint because this was already planned, the intention, and then I'm sure it will look fantastic. So this is a prediction. So you think it will look that way. Okay, number three. What after you graduate? What around the world? Okay, so will you do am going to travel? Are you going to do am going to travel? And then are you going to do will travel? Okay, um, asking about plans. Okay, so if you chose option B, are you going to do and am going to travel? That would be the correct choice. So, all right, three. This time we'll fill in the gaps using will or be going to for the verbs in the brackets. We'll do a few of these. Have you decided what to do with the washing machine? Yes, I with buy a new one. So this decision was made before person A asked. Okay, um, so we can say, um, whoops. So we can say am going to buy, oops, a new one. hmm Um, or yes, I will buy, but I think am going to is better. All right, number two, that glass is dirty. No problem, I clean it. Okay, an instant decision. So, so will clean. All right. Number three, why are you taking the camera? Okay, so we have I and with take a picture of the sunset. Okay, so am going to, oops, take a picture of the sunset. Okay. So yeah, sometimes it's hard to know when we're talking about plans when to use will or be going to, but you want to look at the other sentences around it, so you want to see the context. If we're asking about a plan and intention, or if it's an instant decision or not, right? Okay. So, all right. Well, you did very well with these exercises. It shows that you paid good attention. All right. Well, you can learn to speak English with more confidence with me. I'm TESOL certified. I teach native U.S. English. I'm experienced in online tutoring, and I work with all learning levels and most age groups. So whether you need help with grammar, speaking, vocabulary, or writing, or any other area, you've come to the right place. Well, thank you for watching my video and happy learning.